Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Brod-Posavina in Croatia. Probably the most significant geographic fact of this county is the Sava River. You can see making up this border here with Bosnia and Herzegovina, specifically with Republika Srpska here in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is the Serbian part of the country along with down here, but also up here, the border here with Croatia. Hello to my tummy. My goodness, that was a loud one. Other than that, the area here is just very rural. Lots of beautiful farmland, very green, very pleasant, very quaint. Nothing like world-changing. No huge monuments, no huge landmarks, things like that. It's just a quiet little corner of Croatia, which is still fun to talk about. When we go to Google Earth, again, there's nothing like, wow, you guys gotta check this out. But we're still going to look, because there's lots of quaint little slideshows here. Not to mention if anyone's from this area, or their parents are from this area, or they've been to this area. I don't want to be like, well, this place is boring, it's just farmland, blah. No, every corner of this beautiful planet is exciting, and we'll take a look at it. We'll give it its time. The history pretty much follows the history of Croatia and the other lands around it. Former Yugoslavia. This area's been inhabited for a long time, about 8,000 years, but the first real settlements weren't established until the Romans came and started to build little towns here. By the 6th century, the Slavic people would have moved into this area here. It would eventually be taken over by Hungary for quite a while, until the year 1536 when the Ottoman Empire took it over, until the year 1691 when the Austrian Empire took it over. Austria, can you see? Right up here, not too far away. We'll be talking about Austria in a few weeks on my channel. Burgenland. But anyway, so yeah, it's, like I said, this area just mostly follows the history of Croatia. After the collapse of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, this area created its own kingdom, the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, which is not a very catchy name, so they eventually changed it to a much better, much catchier name, Yugoslavia. Of course, there was a brief upset during World War II when that was abolished. Nazi Germany helped establish a puppet state of Croatia, establishing a land just for the Croats here. And that lasted until 1945 when all of that collapsed at the end of World War II. And then it became the Yugoslavia that we all know and remember, which collapsed by 1991. In which case Croatia said, we're going to become independent for real and to become our own actual country of Croatia. The Serbian majority that ruled over Yugoslavia was not pleased about that and declared war, and Croatia had to fight its independence war until 1995. And this area, since it's so close to the heavily populated Serbian area of Bosnia, attacked this side, particularly at the start in 1992. The main city here, Slavonski Brod, was bombed many times in the early months of 1992. It's all thankfully rebuilt. Obviously, Croatia's independent. Everyone's got their ducks in a row in former Yugoslavia. Now that conflict is very much over. Still a little tense down there in Kosovo, but that's another story for another day. It's pretty much the only place where that remnant of conflict is left. It's very peaceful here today. It's back to being quiet and rural and couldn't find any other facts after the 1990s about this place because nothing's happened here, and that's a great thing. We want to find a place where nothing has happened because that means it's very peaceful, it's very wonderful. I'm sure the people are very happy to live here in a nice, quiet little corner of our beautiful planet. And that is pretty much all of the history I could find of this county here. Again, if you're from here, or you have ancestry from here, or you visited here and know some more cool facts, drop them down in the comments below. I'd love to read them because I searched high and low. A lot of blogs about the food here seem to be like, oh, I found a source of someone who visited Slavonski Brod, and it was just about the food they ate. I found so many food blogs talking about this place. I'm sure if it's a farmland, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But most of the travel sites would be like, oh, traveling to Brod-Posavina, be sure to check out a place that isn't in Brod-Posavina, like someplace nearby. Check out this national park. It's only, 2-hour drive away. Well, or check out Zagreb. Like, that's not, but anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Not much going on here from what I can tell, but that is a wonderful thing, isn't it? That being said, we are going to go poke around on Google Earth and see what we can find. We're going to find lots of quaint little countryside slideshows, but isn't that nice? Isn't that relaxing? I hope so. Let's head over to the tablet and see what we can find here in Brod-Posavina County. Here we are in Brod-Posavina County. And let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Croatia, situated here in the Balkan Peninsula, where we can also find countries like Greece, Albania, Serbia, among many others. Croatia is a beautiful country. It has a gorgeous Adriatic coastline here, very, very long and stretching. But we are inland, aren't we? No coastline here, only the beautiful Sava River separating Croatia from Bosnia, the Sava. So let's start in Slavonski Brod. Sorry, it's for the loud car outside. Off they go. Goodbye, loud car. See you another day. Yep, pretty quaint little town. Easter egg there by the looks of it. And, yep, some cool modern art there. Maybe it's a memorial. Ooh, foggy day there. Beautiful fog rolling off the river. So yeah, we have some quaint little old-timey buildings, slightly more modern buildings, and then those big apartment blocks that you see here, probably built during the times of communism in Yugoslavia, or socialism. I guess you could call it, I'm not sure. There's the other Brod across the way in Bosnia. But over here we can see, if you know your European history, you know this shape here is a fortress. This fortress was built by the Austrians to defend this land from the Ottomans. Now, of course, you can see it's seen a lot better days. It's pretty overgrown. What is this? This never popped up. A blast from the past? Oh, who knows what that could mean? But we have pretty much all that's left. This kind of central building, probably a place to store ammunition or something or other. Beautiful estates nearby, but yeah, it's seen better days. It's all overgrown, but kind of hauntingly beautifully so, isn't it? A little moat there, a map that can help point you out all of the sights to see here of what's left. Look how overgrown it is, all over these walls. Because most European fortresses were built in this shape. So you can just tell from the shape that it was a fortress, but it's all overgrown and green and beautiful, I think. Mother Nature's taking it back. Entering Croatia. Hrvatska. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we can find here. Here's just the park, which I think is just more pictures of the fortress, yeah. Can we find anything else here? Oh, here's a museum. I did not see this before. The Regional Museum. We've got a woolly mammoth tusk. Ooh. Nice museum. Ooh, and there's some old friends that are long gone. Long ago hunted by our ancestors. Trinket you can buy. More cool bones. Old pottery. And you can buy some knickknacks outside. Interesting. What do you suppose? And that kind of looks like a canoe of some kind. This looks like some pottery. Well, I wish there were better photos of the museum. I'd like to see what's in there. I like all the old bones. You know, okay, here's the thing. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've been trying not to tap on graveyards and cemeteries and things like that, because then Google Earth thinks that all I want to see are cemeteries, and I finally got it on museums, and it's been popping up museums like right there. That's great. But one of the websites I read about things to do, it said to check out the cemetery, and I was too afraid to tap on it because I'm afraid that Google Earth is going to draw me back to more cemetery content. But I think we should do it. We'll risk it. Let's see what was... Oh, there's only one photo. Well, that's too bad. I was hoping to see some cool slideshows. Well, I built all that up for nothing, because look, it is massive. Whoa, it's got some tall trees in it. The graveyard's in 3D. Or cemetery, I should say, be more respectful. Pretty huge. Maybe over here, this slideshow will have better pictures. But after this, I'm not tapping on any more cemeteries. This one has 20 pictures, perfect. I wonder, I mean, if it's just a cemetery and it's very beautiful, why would it say to come here? Is there a historical significance? I'm sure there is, because it looks like there's very old graves and very new graves as well. But, I don't know. I'm always very iffy about visiting sites like this, because, yeah, it might be cool to see all of the old headstones, but you also have to respect people's space here, right? If they're here to mourn their loved ones, you need to give them room to do that and not to be a weird tourist. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is Slavonski Brod. Let's find some more slideshows. We've got some green space up here. Let me just, I know we're still in the area, but I'm going to turn on the border anyway, just to make sure we don't wander outside of it. Yeah, we're well within it. It's pretty narrow. Let's look at this. What is that? Where are we? There's a cool mushroom. I think we're heading into fairy territory. I think this is an enchanted place. I think the Fae people would draw us here and never let us leave. Be careful, friends. This place feels a little supernatural to me. Little pools of water around. At least they brought their tractor. Feels a little bit like it's haunted, but in the whimsical way. What are they doing? They are ready to go biking, you guys. I've never seen two people ready to go cycling in the woods so adamantly. In these beautiful woods. They are ready. Oh, clever fox there. Oh, wow. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Maybe some Croatian here can tell me what that sign said. But yeah. All these lovely hills here. Beautiful woods. And you can see all the quaint little farmland here. We're not tapping on any of these because that means like meeting hall or event center or something. No thank you. Because see, look, that's outside the boundary. We have to be careful not to wander outside today. But let's tap on some towns. You can't go wrong with tapping on towns. This town is called Orjovac. Sorry, it's Croatian. Orjovac. Can get something there. Looks like food there, maybe. A little convenience store. I like this. It's very fancy in this tiny little town. There's the butcher. What else do we have? Let's find some more little towns. How about this one? Looks like in English it would be Magic Mall, but Majits. Thinking? Majits? Look at all this farmland here. I love looking at farmland from above. I just love aerial shots. Isn't it so quaint? Look at all the little tiny farms here along this town. Let's look at this town. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. Oh, that's all we've got is some tilled earth there, but I think that's very representative of that town. There's a green space here. Oh wait, that's a cemetery. No more. You see what I mean? See, there's another one. I don't want to see cemeteries that badly. I really don't. Now here's Nova Gradiška, which Gradiška is down on the border, so this is Nova Gradiška. Much more modern, I assume. Cool fountain. Beautiful buildings and churches. I was about to say, you don't really see a lot of influence from when the Ottomans were here. It looks very much like old-timey Austrian influence on that church there, but I don't know. There's one like this. This looks like Ottoman homes to me. Yeah, with these windows. That looks like some Ottoman architecture to me. Let's find. It's over. Oh, it's in Bosnia, that's why. Well, here we go. Stara Gradiška. I hope I'm saying all this right. The village and municipality on the left bank of the river Sava across from Gradiška in Bosnia. It says mine there. I wonder what they're mining. Some kind of mineral. Enjoying the river. And some kind of event there, it looks like. It says there's a monument here. Oh no. Let's look at this. Monument to the victims. This is a bit more, I think, safe to look at. You see, if I had seen that slideshow beforehand, I would have investigated it before doing this. Because I don't know if there's any disturbing pictures in there because of what it was. I don't even want to say for YouTube purposes. See, there's another. But that's a lot more ominous, isn't it? So we're not going to tap on that. You can do that in your own time and see what's there. I'm curious, but yeah, now it's not. Let's go somewhere else. Let's look somewhere else. That's hopefully more pleasant. Let's get the border back up and find one more place to look at that hopefully has some happy, fun connotations to it and not sad, depressing historical ones. Let's look at one more town. How about that? Let's find one more with a good slideshow. I have a good feeling about this one. Yeah, perfect. can see the beautiful landscape. Perfect. Put down my pencil. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this style of content, please consider subscribing. We're going to have fun poking around on Google Earth in the next video. We're actually going to Suriname, where we're going to see one of the largest reservoirs in the world. When I tell you that this region we're going to is mostly underwater, there are towns we can look at, but most of the region is underwater. It's pretty cool. You don't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. I want to see what this is real quick. Just some trees here. Some more fairyland. He's going to protect us from the fairies. Don't get tricked by them. They'll steal your name, and then you'll be gone. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good